Despite the never larger choice of pickup trucks today, you'd be surprised to know that not all of them are not just worth your attention, but are complete antitheses of what a pickup truck can be. From trucks with unreliable powertrains, electronics, and suspension to just plain bad setups that offer little value, the entire market for pickup trucks seems more confused than ever. It's so extreme, in fact, that you'd be surprised to see some pickup trucks you'd expect to sell well stay on lots for months on end. Today we've coupled 5 pickup truck models dealers can't get rid of, so listen up if you want to find a good deal or just avoid being financially destroyed by depreciation. Number 5. Ram 1500. Oh, how the gorgeous Ram 1500 has fallen. Despite receiving a major facelift recently, the newest generation of the Ram 1500 has evidently done more harm than good. There's been a massive sales drop of over 16%, and by the looks of it, the sales numbers are only going to go down from here, and fast. The Ram 1500 has already been lagging behind its competition, with its only real redeeming qualities being the plush ride, nice interior, and above all else, the glorious 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine. And since the V8 has been discontinued with a facelift, you can easily see why buyers are streaming away from the Ram 1500 from the get-go. Not to mention that it's been replaced by the incredibly overstrained and yet to be proven Hurricane Straight 6 engine, which, albeit smooth in general, has already started showing its ugly face in terms of reliability. Speaking of reliability, it seems like the facelift has even more QC and reliability issues than the pre-facelift, which is, well, expected, seeing how the pre-facelift was designed during Chrysler's pre-Stellantis era. Not to mention that the new 3-liter, despite being more powerful and torquier than the Hemi V8, manages to be less capable in terms of towing capacity, putting the Ram 1500 dead last compared to its rivals. Heck, its towing capacity is more than 2,000 pounds behind the F-150, which really says a lot, doesn't it? As a result of this, Stellantis dealers that have stocked up with Ram 1500s are now regretting their decision because less and less people are interested in the big pickup truck. So if you're up for buying it, arm yourself with firmness and knowledge and demand the best possible deal for yourself, and don't take no for an answer. Number 4. Ford Ranger. You might be surprised to see a blue oval pickup truck on this list. However, the Ford Ranger has been a massive disappointment for Ford. Really, the leading cause behind this mediocrity is the previous generation of the Ranger, which offered a cheap and unintuitive interior, no real powertrain choice, and was very evidently dated when it entered the US. The current generation is a much better vehicle as it improves upon its predecessor in every possible way. However, it's still lagging behind its rivals due to its reputation. Just as a comparison, the Toyota Tacoma has sold over 4 times more in its first year production compared to the Ranger's last year. That said, the Ranger has been going through a quiet revolution recently, as it has outsold the GMC Canyon and is nearing the Nissan Frontier in terms of sales, which too has been flourishing in this regard. Now, is it going to be as good of a seller as the Tacoma? Well, no, but it'll definitely be neck to neck with the Chevy Colorado. If you ask us, we'd just go straight for it now before it blows up and becomes incredibly popular and in high demand. Number 3. Hyundai Santa Cruz. The craze for compact-sized pickup trucks seems to be dying down, and while the Maverick is still retaining some popularity and scraping by, the Santa Cruz has taken a hard hit to its sales figures. Despite being redesigned recently, the sales have never been lower, with monthly sales suggesting a drop of over 20%. The key reason behind the sales drop is the fact that the Hyundai Santa Cruz, in its most basic form, is priced practically identically with a much larger and much more capable Chevrolet Colorado, which simply isn't a good look for the small Korean. In addition to that, it seems like all midsize pickup trucks have seen a massive price reduction after their redesign, which made compact pickup trucks all but obsolete. Honestly, we're sad if this is the case, as the Hyundai Santa Cruz is more than just a little pickup truck, as it offers actual truck-like capabilities while being as drivable as its cousin, the Hyundai Tucson. In our opinion, it's by far the better vehicle between it and the Ford Maverick, and it's a shame that this is the one that people are going against buying. That said, one man's jinx is another man's treasure, and if you're up for a small pickup truck, we'd advise you to check out the Santa Cruz. Despite having a higher MSRP than the Maverick, you're more likely to get a discount, and on it, you can buy it for cheaper due to the lacking demand. Number 2. Rivian R1T. After the whole electric pickup truck craze kickstarted by the Cybertruck dwindled down, most of us honest-to-God Americans have recognized that these vehicles simply aren't as good as they were advertised. Now, we didn't include the F-150 Lightning or any other legacy car maker's EV pickup truck because they weren't selling in the first place. However, the R1T was actually a popular pickup truck once it hit the market. Now, not so much. The first reason is the fact that when used as a pickup truck, this vehicle has extremely low range and needs to be constantly recharged, which really isn't convenient for someone who's a proper worker. The other reason is Rivian's quality control. R1Ts simply aren't built well, like it or not. Their interiors are assembled to a questionable standard, while the reliability is mediocre at best, and there have been various electrical gremlins that have plagued these vehicles dearly. So much so that quite a bit of the EV truck segment has just accepted that an EV truck still makes no sense. As a result of this, the Rivian R1T sales have dropped to almost 20% last year, and they're continuing to dwindle rapidly as we speak. Another reason behind this is, of course, the release of the Cybertruck. However, it hasn't even been as popular as Elon expected it to be, mostly thanks to the fact that these overpowered, glorified passenger cars can't really hold a candle to the likes of a proper full-size pickup truck. And frankly, we're glad that's the case. Number 1, Jeep Gladiator. Well, who would have thought? A Stellantis product sitting at the top of our list when it comes down to reliability? Quite a surprise. Jokes aside, the Jeep Gladiator is by far one of the worst selling pickup trucks in the US, and it has the biggest sales drop of them all, no matter the size of the truck. It's literally the worst pickup truck that you can buy in every possible way except for off-roading and towing. First of all, the suspension is so soft that the body roll will be vomit-inducing if you ever cross 35 miles per hour. This is amplified by the fact that the pickup truck is also known for the infamous death wobble, which happens at high speeds and manifests itself in the form of a steering wheel shaking uncontrollably, which translates to a total loss of control. In addition to that, the Jeep Gladiator was also severely under-equipped for the money you were paying for it, with the entry-level model coming in with all manually winding windows from the previous model years. For something that has an MSRP of almost $40,000, this is simply unacceptable. Oh, and standing in plain sight is their quality control. The Jeep Gladiator is bar none the most appalling pickup truck in terms of build quality and quality control. If you like enormous and inconsistent panel gaps, seats showing wear and tear after only a couple of miles of use, a myriad of electrical issues and problems with the infotainment screen, the suspension, or the engine, the Jeep Gladiator should be your pick. Stellantis really outdid all of their previous efforts of creating the most half-baked product they could with the Gladiator, so much so that neither its 7,700 pounds towing capacity nor its good off-roading capabilities can save it. It sold just a nick above 40,000 units over the past year, which is a 25% drop over the previous year. Their issues are so severe that even the plug-in hybrid got delayed, as quite logically might we add, Stellantis got scared that it wouldn't sell at all. And really, who would want to buy a PHEV from a brand that's been proven to be the least reliable of them all, and with an engine that is probably one of the worst in their portfolio? And even though it might be alluring for you to visit a dealer and punch your way to the best deal they can give you, we'd advise against that. No matter how cheaply you get it, depreciation will devour the value of the Gladiator, and it'll be practically worthless once the warranty ends. In our opinion, if you need an off-road pickup truck, just go for an off-road trim of the Colorado or the Ranger. And if you just can't help but lust for a Gladiator, pick up a used example. You should get them for a fraction of the price of a new one.